voice of the beat. You know what I won't blaze up. Come on, blaze up.
It's the beat for me.
Wah 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 wah. For your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we live. For your boy. For your boy. Also for your boy. Mix it for your boy. Drop it for your lift it up.
Hello, happy Tuesday. What up? How y'all doing? Come on in. Hello. Get in here. Happy Tuesday. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day so far. It is the morning. Joce, welcome all. Welcome all. Come one, come all. Hear ye. Hear ye. You know, my biggest hater. You know what I'm saying? Saint. Y'all, let me tell you something. I ordered some bar stools. And I was like, oh, I could put them together. And I can. It just took me like 2 hours to put one of them together. So I'm back to the drawing board trying to rethink it. But I'm making, Lord. I'm going to make it. Never would have made it. Gonna make it. Gots to know that. Y'all come on in. It is Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. I hope y'all are having a great day. Shout out to everybody in the building. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Make sure you guys have the notification bell on so you know when I go live or upload content, okay? Also, you know, regular housekeeping, you guys, the most important thing we need to be doing in this day and age is genealogy for anybody who's in search of reparations or anybody who just want to know their identity, who they really truly are. Genealogy is the only way. It is not the DNA testing that people did where they sent off whatever saliva or whatever to a test. It is documentation, government official documentation that has a trail of you and who you are, your whole family, all the way back to when documentation began, okay? All of that stuff is available to you. We're now coming up on a situation in history, in the world, where we will be the only ones with the real true identity. I need all melanated people from the western side of this world to pay attention, because what we're going to start to see is once we start learning our identity, the quote unquote identities of others will start to shed. It's almost like driving down the road to self. Who are you? And you're getting on this road and you're getting on this knowledge to self, and you're starting to notice as you're driving, it's raining, but the sun is starting to clear. It literally happens like that. So you have to do your genealogy, you guys. Please make sure y'all do that. It's nothing but a family tree. Who's you? Who your mama? Who her mama? Who her mama? So on and so forth. And then dads and so on and so forth. So you guys, if you can, please do your genealogy. This is very important for any and everybody from the Western Hemisphere that is melanated, because it is time that shifts happen and people gonna need to be in place, okay? And if we still running around here hollering about Africa, if we still running around here hollering about this, that, and the third, we will be left behind. So for those who need to hear the call, please, now it's time. Also, please, you guys, do your grounding. Please get outside and do 15 minutes a day. Ground. Take off your watches, your earbuds, your phone. Leave it there. Just take 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Put your bare feet in the soil. Or if you're somewhere we're saying, or whatever, anywhere there's natural resources in the land, and put your feet in there and just sit there and think and kind of put positive thoughts in your head. Try to release negative thoughts. And also for those who are interested and for those who have been nudged by their ancestors, because I'm starting to see that the more that I'm having conversations in regular life, like not on YouTube. I'm talking about the more that I'm talking to people on a day-to-day basis, what I'm starting to find is a lot of our ancestors have been nudging us like crazy. I don't care if it's you thinking about doing a family reunion. I don't care if it's you thinking about random, oh, I need to call my grandma. I don't care if it's you thinking about, oh, maybe we need to all get together. This is your ancestors nudging you. So for those people who have something, even if there's subtle signs of your ancestors nudging you, even recent visions, dreams of ancestors. And also, by the way, ancestors don't have to be elders. They can just be anybody who passed on before us. So an ancestor could be a child. It could be a niece, a nephew. These people are nudging you because it is time. I told you guys we are the X-Men. I told you we are Superman. We are everything. And you know what I was thinking about, y'all? The way society works, because think about this. Yesterday, I was telling y'all, I said, if y'all think about any of those Avengers movies, especially when like the ending credits go, you'll notice that the people amongst the world is like cordial with the superheroes. So like if you think about Black Panther, at one of the ends of Black Panther, he's sitting at this like round table or like this big meeting, and everybody knows he's the Black Panther, but nobody's like, oh my God, it's a real thing. Like everybody's just like, oh, it's just the Black Panther. Like he saved people, you know, kind of like Superman and Batman and all these things. It's just like, oh, it's Superman. He be spreading webs and stuff. You know what I'm saying? It literally is coming to that. But the thing I was thinking about is in the Avengers, the clear man is a clever man. Not even clever. He's just ignorant. But look up the clear man. When you think about Iron Man, that would be the representation of what the clear man is going to come up with to be compatible with what the Most High have ordained in his chosen people. And this is what we know. Shout out to Iron Man. And I'm not a big Marvel, Avengers. I'm not big on that. But Iron Man, even though it's lit, even though it's rich, he is not top 5, in my opinion, as far as powerful superheroes. But this is what we're coming to, man. And I'm telling you, for those who understand what I'm saying, you'll heed the call. But if y'all been getting some nudges, do some grounding. Start calling on your ancestors, man. They there waiting on you. Okay? So anyways, we're going to get right into the show, y'all. Shout out to everybody in the building. Today, what we got to talk about, girl? Amanda Seales. I done told y'all how Amanda Seales really is. I told y'all Amanda Seales cosplay Black American culture. I told you she cosplay our lingo. I told you she's trying desperately so hard to fit in. And now it's going from me thinking she's just desperate to she's definitely a op, in my opinion. So here she comes telling FBA Black Americans that we need to get used to immigrants because America was built off of immigrants. And I'm so tired of hearing that lie, because America was not built off of immigrants. America was actually built off the backs of my ancestors and other Black Americans who reside here in America today. Most of you guys can think about grandfathers, great uncles, aunts, and all that stuff who own acres and acres of land. And I'm not talking about 1 or 2 acres. A lot of y'all know people in y'all family who own businesses. I'm not talking about a little corner store. I'm talking about own pharmacies. We built with our bare hand this nation. And because we've been taken out of our our building block, right? And they replaced us with these immigrants. They then started to program our mind to make us believe that our ancestors didn't do what they did. And what I refuse to do is allow these saltines, these croutons, or any of these doggone people, or the immigrants and the tethers, foreigners with the hard ER. I refuse to allow y'all to come in the overtime, not even in fourth quarter. I refuse to allow you to come in overtime and act like it was you who won the game. No, sir. You were just a punter. You get it? So we're going to get into that. We got Martin Luther King's niece. I told y'all about them Kings. Every time Bernie come on here, she's saying something that has nothing to do with our stability as Black Americans. And here come the niece defending Charlie Kirk. It's them Kings, man. I'm telling you, that bloodline, we ain't going to go there. Anyway, then we're going to talk about a clear cop who whipped his black ass woman or whatever. And all the Black people saying, oh, you know, we just want to say we see you. You picked up all those beautiful black nappy-headed babies. You had them on a curb. I saw you. You shared ice cream with them. You licked the ice cream after you let those little nigger babies eat them. I know you love her. We forgive you. We're going to talk about why y'all need to shut up with all of that and not trust this enemy. And then we also going to talk about Cardi B. She talking about the divorce. I already told y'all what that's about to go down with. But not to hear no day. Y'all get in here. Get the likes up on the video. shout out to y'all in the building, man. We got to get right into the show. Y'all, there was something else I wanted to tell y'all when I got off a live yesterday. I was like, oh, I forgot to tell them. Dang. You know how, like, when you get off the phone, you know how you be on the phone? Put a 3 in the chat if you ever got on the phone with somebody and then they started talking, and in the middle of they talking, you think about, oh yeah, when they finish talking, I'm gonna say this, that, and the third, right? And then soon as the conversation over, you forgot to say what you reminded yourself to say whenever they finished talking. Well, imagine that was me, but I was the person that kept talking. I was waiting on me to finish talking to say what I wanted to say, but it just so happened when I finished talking, I still forgot to say what I wanted to say. So I don't know what that was. I can't remember what it was, but it can even happen to yourself. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. I literally got off the live like, oh, I was supposed to. It'll come back to me. It'll come back to me. Y'all get the likes up, man. Anyways, let's get into a couple of honorable mentions, y'all. Y'all already know how it go. And I hope y'all subscribe to the channel too. For real, for real. I really do hope y'all subscribe to the channel because I need it. Let's start here. Remember I told y'all that the not video games, because that ain't even a thing no more, that the AI is going to have your kids unaliving your ass. Remember I told y'all that? I know what I said because I was there when I said it. I said all them iPad babies, you know, the ones that y'all, you know, when they turn about 2 months old, y'all give them an iPhone or an iPad and just put it in their hands. And then when the baby like 6 months old, the baby can't sit up, can't talk, can't walk, but the baby can log into YouTube, find his favorite video, skip the ads, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and also hit the notification bell. You know which churn I'm talking about. The 6 months old who can operate YouTube better than the 60-year-old. You know exactly the churn I'm talking about. I told y'all, I said what's going to happen is they're going to instill stuff into this program, into AI and all this stuff that's going to have them churn running around here, pop me all upside the head. I know what I said because I was there when I said it. I said bad enough. They put it in the movie foreshadowing what's to come. What's that little movie name with that little porcelain looking little doll who was telling that little girl to pop her mama and daddy upside the head? Just came back out. Megan, a couple of years ago. I told y'all that's what they're going to do to y'all. Now, at one point in time in history, and this wasn't long ago, about 20 years ago. 20 years ago, if you would have seen a child act up and tap their house like this, tap their mama house like this, most black people would be betting each other, side betting each other that this person ain't black. But gone are the days, because Black Americans want to pick up the Clear People's Guide to Parenting and start with the bull crap of gentle parenting. And then on top of that, they put iPads, iPhones, and everything with an eye in their hand at 6 weeks old. So now the baby have horrible social skills when he about 12, 13. You're wondering why something wrong with her. You feel what I'm saying? Why she antisocial? She don't know nobody but the iPad. But these are the kids I told you that's going to grow up and shoot and pop you upside the head. Now, we've seen the ones with the switches. I understand those mamas who scared of them. The nigga might pop me with the switch. But I'm talking about the ones with the churn who just so enamored and so connected to that phone to where they would tell not only their mom, but the house and everything. And these are black people. So we can't sit up here and say, oh, that's some white people stuff. Not no more. Because this is what happens when you follow their guide to parenting and you put their devices in your baby's hands. Check it out. $70,000 to a home for taking the phone away from her son for not doing what he's supposed to do. Check it out. I told y'all, it's not about when we went wrong was when we didn't take the necessary things that was good to us growing up. When we didn't take those things into our adulthood and apply those things to our children, this is what we get. Children like this, you have no control over. Zero. They're done. It's almost like they walking robots. But this is what happens when you put the phone and the iPad in their hand at 4, 5, 6 months, 7, 8 months. when they got phones at 5, 6, 7, and 8 years old. Oh, and by the way, the powers that be was very clever. They made sure you couldn't even call the police to say, come get this Tasmanian devil up out of here. Because if you do and you don't, and they say, no, you got to leave them, they take your ass to jail. Oh, they set you up real good, fam. Oh, yes, they did. Oh, yes, they did. They poison your child's brain and then put you in a prison inside your own home. You can't even call the police for help when your children get that poison in their brain so bad to where they wig out and cause $70,000 worth of damage to your home. This is what you get. This is our generation. This is what we get. You reap what you sow. And that's another thing. At one point, they used to have what they used to call it in New Orleans. I used to date a dude who worked over there. I forgot what they called it. Boot camp, where you can take them badass children and send them off to boot camp. They done took a lot of that stuff away. They literally made you prisoners in your own home. Because you could call yourself putting belt to ass on some of these children, and they call the police and your ass going to jail. You really a prisoner in your own home. I thank God I ain't, Lord Jesus, I think this ain't me. Woo, thank God it ain't me.
Take the baby bag.
Y'all remember that lady who had her churn in the freezer? Bitch. Lil Brian would have missed school Monday, Tuesday. Wednesday, I told him he had the flu. Thursday, he got COVID. Friday, he got to go have surgery. Saturday, Sunday, he locked in ICU. I got an excuse all the way up till I get the hell up out of here. Do you hear me? Lil Brian, listen to me. I'm not condoning that. I'm just thinking about the lady who had her churn in the freezer. I'm just saying. Lil Brian would have he would have disappeared for a little while. You know what I'm saying? For me, I don't know. For me, just for me. I wouldn't have recorded nothing. I don't need no video, no pictures or nothing. No recordings, no evidence. I don't need to record nothing. What I'm recording for, insurance ain't gonna cover this, girl. Insurance is not gonna cover your son throwing a temper tantrum. You should have said a hurricane came through there. Girl, what you recording for? For why? Girl. Listen, deep freezer action. Listen, deep freezer tease. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Deep freezer tease. Girl, bye. Ain't girl. Girl done blew up the toilet. What he done broke the toilet?
Oh my God. Oh my God.
What is the moral to the story, you guys? That phone is poison. The reason you don't know it's poison because it's poisoning you. So imagine as an adult with the capacity or the mental capacity to make decisions, how it does your brain. If it does that to your brain, imagine what it's doing to a child with access to any and everything they wanted to see. See, back in my day, if I wanted to see PORN, I got to go by my uncle and see if I can get his crates out when he go outside and play basketball. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to go find it. And it was hard to find. Now these children have access to I don't care if it's religious, demonic, whatever they want. It's at their fingertips. Could you imagine what that's doing to these babies' brain? If you think about what it's doing to yours, you would understand why that's poison. Stop putting that in your children's hand. I'm not saying don't give it to them, but you have to moderate it. All that cheering bad enough is when listen, I learned this. When I started putting my phone down, I started realizing how much I be in my phone and I see other people in their phone. 2 years ago, I lost my phone for Mardi Gras, and 2 days for Lundi Gras. Lundi Gras and Mardi Gras, I ain't have no phone, and I had the best time of my life. I enjoy it. I didn't miss nothing. 2 years ago, I lost the phone, but in the quest of that, I started looking around and everybody like this. So now I'm thinking, if everybody's like this, it makes sense why the children are like this. We just got to be more moderate and mindful of that stuff. It's poisoning our kids, and it's gonna affect you. You reap what you sow. Y'all get the likes up on the video, please, and thank you. Get the likes up on the video, please, and thank you. Now, I want to get to, oh, girl, I didn't want to I'm not going to deliver this news to my child, but NBA Youngboy got the keys to the city, huh? And you see what happened to the last security guards, girl. Whenever them niggas get keys to the city, I get scared, girl. So NBA Youngboy got the keys to the city, girl. What city this is? Kansas City during Massa tour stop. NBA Youngboy just received one of the highest honors a city can give while performing in Kansas City on his Massa tour. The 25-year-old rapper was surprised with an official proclamation declaring the September 21st as NBA Youngboy Day. In a ceremony before his performance, he was presented with the key to the city by the National Criminal Justice Advocate Dante West. This guy suspect, and that nigga cute. Dante had a past life, and he fine. Dante, I just looked over. I'm sorry. I'll get back to the story. Dante, what you own? Dante used to be in the streets. Heavy. Dante was outside in these streets. He was dropping off by the hoes, and he tried to change his life around by going into politics. Y'all seen Power. Stop acting crazy. Dante, you caught me by surprise and took me fast. You cute. In all. You real cute. And I feel like there's something suspecting going on here. Dante. Dante cute though. I ain't gonna lie. Let me get back to it. The city's proclamation recognized Youngboy not only for his music, but also for his community outreach. Specifically, it noted he used his presidential pardon from Donald Trump to elevate Stop the Violence campaigns and support undeserved communities. I ain't reading all that. So yeah, Youngboy looked like he has the cost of living, yet and still he received his key to the city. Kansas City, Missouri, September 21st is NBA Youngboy Day. Now let me say this. When Diddy got the keys to the city, we saw what happened to him. Dirk got the keys to the city. Then we saw what happened to him. It's just when niggas be getting keys to cities, yeah. Good luck, young boy. You just got out, baby. Good luck. I think he's gonna be all right. He got to deal with the feds and the devil and all of them. He gonna be all right. Shout out the young boy, okay? With the keys to the city. And I've always wondered this. Why don't I've always wondered this though. Seriously, why don't people give keys to the city of people who are of the city? Like, I would be PO'd if I was an activist or anybody in my city, and then here come Youngboy getting the keys to the city. What do he need the keys for? He don't even be around here. You know what I'm saying? So look, this is another thing. Now, I was watching documentaries. I love documentaries, y'all. And I was watching these documentaries from the 50s. And I was saying back then that in those documentaries, those children look old AF. They look old. Like the 50s and the 60s, them children look like they grandpas at 17 and 18. And it was the same thing with the children in the 70s. Think about it. Not necessarily for the most part, but for the most part, them children in the 70s and the 80s, they kind of, really the 70s. I was in the 80s, the 70s. They look a little rough, okay? And now the children look rough. And at first I was thinking about it. What was going on with the parents to make the children look so stressed out? And you start to realize it's either physical or mental stress. Well, then we got to recently, and this lady had a different perspective as to why the children look older than the adults. And this is so interesting. And I agree with almost everything that this lady is saying, y'all. Check this out, because she talks about makeup and weave. And let me say this. I went to high school with one girl. I'll never forget her name, Arajan. Arajan was a beautiful girl, but Arajan wore a face full of makeup and weave. And I remember boys and girls alike. We used to think Arajan was just like, what is wrong with her? Why is she wearing weave? Why does she have on a face full of makeup? Like, we thought Arajan was weird. Turns out Arajan was just early. She wasn't weird. She was just early. Arajan was putting sew-ins and all this stuff in her head before we was even thinking about it. But the point I'm making is, back in my day, coming up, natural was pretty. It wasn't about who had the makeup on. It wasn't about who had the weave. It was about how long and pretty your real hair is, how your pretty skin is. You know what I'm saying? But nowadays, I think the kids look older because of the costume that they wear, the makeup, you know, and all that stuff with the wig. So check this out.
The reason that Gen Z looks so much older is because millennials was not allowed to wear makeup in middle school. Boys was not checking for you if you have makeup on. And when I'm talking about makeup, I'm talking about you could wear a little mascara, a little eyeliner, but the boys was not checking for the girlies with the foundation makeup. We're talking about black people here. No, but white people's doing. But it was not a flex to have weave or makeup.
And can I say this? I remember watching TV shows because y'all know I love watching TV, right? And I remember when, like, on Full House and all those episodes, when Dee Dee, whatever her name was crying because they couldn't wear makeup, or even on the black shows, when, you know, when they would wear makeup. I was, no, not really, because I remember when Vanessa went to go do when her and her friends had that group, and they put them bra tops on, and they were saying, everybody doing a brand new dance now. And I remember Claire came down there and unstuffed her bra and said, what is this? And remember Vanessa said, Mom! Remember? And remember Claire said, get upstairs and wipe that mess off your face. Because then the point I'm making is, listen, we didn't rock like that. I saw it on TV. At 16, you get to wear makeup. But black people didn't do that. Girl, we didn't do that. In real life. The fact that I be seeing middle school kids in 2025 with full wigs and face full of makeup, that be asinine to me. Because even in high school, we did not wear no makeup and no weave. But now it's like we can't live without it. The psyche is crazy.
Like, it was a thing. They wouldn't even talk to you if your hair was fake. They will roast you so bad if you had weave outside of like braids or something. At least in Colorado, where I'm from, Denver, where I'm from, I cannot.
New Orleans too. If you didn't have braids in your head and you had a weave all the way up until, I'll say, the pin curl ponytails. Remember we used to do that when we started doing the updo ponytails. Other than that, like putting weave in your hair to wear it down, yeah, that was frowned upon. That was frowned upon.
Not speak for anywhere else, but being a natural girly was a flex. And for me personally, we didn't even start wearing makeup till we was in our 20s. And y'all had to watch us fail in our 20s with thick ass eyebrows, raccoon eyes. Like, this is why they look older. They don't start wearing heavy ass foundation in middle school, high school. So y'all could come for me if you want, but he's in that.
This is so important because that goes to show you how we are conditioned by the environment that we in, because that wasn't long ago. That was in the 90s and the early 2000s where we wasn't wearing no makeup and no weaves. Like, we wasn't. And the fact that these children be like 12 and 13 and it be so much, it be like pageantry. I mean, it looks great on photos, but it just be looking so pageantry. But, you know, I learned this when my mama back in the day, when she was trying to have a side hustle. My mama wanted to sell Mary Kay. Put a 3 in the chat if y'all remember Mary Kay. Remember that clear lady had Mary Kay? And for the top saleswomen, they used to ride around in a pink Cadillac, and they used to put their pink brooches on. Remember that? Put a 3 in the chat if you remember Mary Kay. Because my mama had to have a Mary Kay party at her house, and all them stuck up hoes came over there. My mama had put out all type of hors d'oeuvres. Girl, we ain't never had no hors d'oeuvres. But look at my mama. Oh, I got a Mary Kay party. Oh, I got this, that, and the third. Girl, anyway, I'm getting out of topic. Anyways. So when my mama did Mary Kay, part of the Mary Kay was learning about makeup. Now, I was intrigued, not because I wanted to wear it, just because, I mean, it's pink. It's girly. I want to learn about it. And what I learned is when my mama was doing courses and everything for the makeup, yeah, Avon too. Avon lady was lit. But when my mama was taking the lessons and I would listen, what I realized is not only about the strokes and how you put on the makeup, because do you know, a lot of y'all may not know this. I learned this as a kid. But if you put your makeup downward, it creates more gravity towards your face. So you want to apply your makeup like this. I learned this as a kid watching my mama stuff with Mary Kay. Not only that, I learned about liquid foundation, but the point I'm making is this. The stuff, you're not supposed to wear it daily, and you're not supposed to wear it all the time, and you're supposed to wash your face because it literally seeps into your pores and it blocks aging and all types of stuff. Now, I learned that as a little girl. I'm saying all that to say we got 12, 13, 14, 15, 16-year-olds running around here with faces full of makeup, and they not just doing it for the prom. They not just doing it for the homecoming dance like we used to do. They doing it every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Hell, some of them doing it Monday through Sunday. And I'm not saying nothing, but what I'm telling you is, as a person who only started to wear makeup in her mid-20s, that's when I started. Shout out to my homegirl. She the one put me on makeup. But I've only started to wear makeup in my mid-20s, and I've seen the difference it has made in my face. I can only imagine what it's going to do to them children's face. You see what I'm saying? And when we talk about looking older or younger, it's not about, it's kind of like the elasticity or how elastic your skin is and stuff like that. Like, do you have crow's feet? Do you have bags like Rashida, 3 earrings? You know what I'm saying? Certain things like that. Did you buy a new face like Carly? Certain things like that. You know, I just can only imagine what them children gonna look like. Lord have mercy. Ooh, they're going to look so bad. Oh, them children going to look so bad. About 25, 30, they're going to look so bad. I'm just saying. Shout out to the U.S. women and the U.S. men. They won their track meet, y'all. 4x4. Sha'Carri was out there with her nigga. Okay. This is why I tell y'all, don't be getting in people's business. I think that young man deserves better, but I also think that the young man loves Sha'Carri. So right now, it is what it is, and they both winning. They both won their champions. They 4x4 meters. I told y'all the rightful people will be back to the rightful throne. I told y'all that. Shout out to Jamaica. Y'all know y'all always pull up, pull over, and pop out. And I think the other, countries, it always be the black people of these other countries. UK, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, Barbados, Bahamas. Shout out to y'all. But we are taking our rightful place back where we were, okay? And this is going to be, I told y'all, what the universe, the Most High, and the ancestors are doing today is righting all wrong. When what's that boy's name? When Cat Williams came out and said all lies will be exposed, he wasn't just talking about, like I told y'all, him in his comedic situation. He was talking about all of us. Anything that is done wrong and has been wrong will be righted, okay? All lies will be exposed, even in your own personal life. I wanted to show y'all that video of her with kissing on him. Well, they didn't kiss. It was kind of like a hurry up and move around because I don't want them to see. Look. Let me show you. It was kind of like a hurry up and move around. But you can tell they're back together. Listen, they're young. He like it. I love it. I said what I said. I'm not going to sit up here and lose no sleep over it. It is what it is. Hopefully, Sha'Carri don't pop him in the head with another baton. Look.
Oh, my God. Christian Coleman and Sha'Carri. No way. No way, bro. Lane 7, can we actually win a 4x1 in a world championship? Come on. Come on, Christian. Let's get out. Let's get out. Come on. Oh, my God. The whole crowd is going insane because Team Japan has a solid chance to medal. Christian to Kenny. Good handoff. We're getting it. Oh, my God.
I love track and field.
Clean handoff. Yes. 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 Come on, Team USA. We can actually get a medal. To Noah. Get it to him. Yes. Yes. Let's go. Come on, Noah. Come on, Noah. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We actually did it. We did it. Thank the Lord. These are the final results on the board.
Shout out US 37 at first, Canada, the Netherlands is that it is, then Ghana, Jamaica not in there. For the men's, I guess not. But either way, that was the standing. But what I saw that caught my eye was the fact that she was there to root him on. It is what it is. We cannot exert our energy into what they got going on. It's not our situation. We joked it. We talked about it. She like it. He love it. We can move on. But shout out to the United States. Like I told y'all, the rightful owners, the rightful gods are taking their place. Please never forget it. Never, 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 never forget it. Okay. Y'all like the video really quickly. Like the video. Please and thank you. Like the video. Ooh, really? All right, this is the last two. Then we got to move on. I'm going to tell y'all what I think on the surface. Then me and my conspiracy theory people going to talk. So they have people in black neighborhoods in Atlanta, I think, stealing the drain covers. And I think that this is odd. Check this out.
They're searching for whoever stole large metal storm covers from streets in one local community. We're talking about some serious money here. $7,000 worth of the covers now missing, and they have to be replaced. Channel 2's Corey James live in Rockdale County tonight with the evidence that could help catch them.
Yeah, Linda, in this neighborhood, about 10 of those storm drain lids were actually taken. Right up this road, you can see a total of 4 were taken from this one specific area. And as you get a bit closer to the storm drain going down, you can see how deep it is and how dangerous it is for neighbors.
We've got tag readers, we've got cameras, and we're prepared for people to do stupid stuff like this.
You're looking at 2 home security cameras capturing 2 suspects commit the same crime, both stealing storm drain covers in Rockdale County before taking off with the lids in this blue car.
It's kind of frustrating.
Larry Tukes is disturbed by what happened in a subdivision off Irish Drive earlier this week.
We have people in the neighborhood that jog, and we have little kids that play in the neighborhood, and they can possibly fall in the hole.
That's Sydney Chandler's concern too. She has 2 little kids, and this mom is worried how this could impact all kids in the neighborhood.
Even right here, these ones right here are by the bus stop. Kids get off the bus, they're multitasking too. They're on their phone chatting away because they've been in school all day, can easily fall into these holes. It's a safety concern.
Rockdale County officials say this is happening throughout the county. Places like Lambeth Estates, Glen Meadow, and a neighborhood near Lake Rockaway Road were all hit. And video even shows crews coming in after the damage was done to cover the massive holes.
Who's buying this stuff?
According to officials, thieves steal the covers with the hopes of cashing in at scrap yards. But it is more costly to replace what should have been left sitting in the ground.
Either way, someone has to pay, and it's going to come out of our pockets eventually. And taxes are already too high.
Hopefully, the county will pay for it. It's got the name on it.
At least the man could laugh. Look, he couldn't even get it out without laughing. He couldn't even get the sentence out. He knew how ridiculous it sounded in his head, and he understood saying it out loud was going to sound even more ridiculous. That old man said, I mean, at least the city could pay for it. You know good and damn well the city. Y'all about to pay for it. Let me say this, man. On the surface, I think that they said they're paying $7,000 per drain cover. This kind of remind me when them niggas was around there stealing them catalytic converters. I remember one time we was watching the news and my brother was on there for stealing catalytic converters. That's a whole other story. That nigga was on the news and they had him on a steel shot. And I remember I called my mama. I said, "Ma, your son on the news." She said, "What?" I said, "That nigga out here stealing catalytic converters." And the show is it was him. You know what I'm saying? But the point I'm making is it's giving catalytic converter tease. Who is buying storm drain covers? Okay. But they say they're hitting 7 racks a piece. So I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Now that's my surface level thinking. My conspiracy theory people tap in. This is what I believe. I believe that is strategically done. I believe that that's real people, but I believe that those people are prompted to do those things so that certain things can happen. I don't know. Maybe some stuff come from under the ground, maybe an alien. I don't know. But there's definitely something strategic here. Even if this is a strategy to buy the storm covers or it's a strategy to have them removed. The point of the matter is there's a reason why all these storm covers is coming up in certain areas and only at certain times. I'm telling you. That's my conspiracy theory. But y'all be safe out there and watch your feet. Watch your feet, child, because you might fall. Shout out to and then we get into the show. I've been telling y'all white people are a new species, right? But white people should know that by now. Shout out to the clears. Shout out to this brother before they got him. Shout out to Young Pharaoh. I remember he did this. Live with this rabbi. He did a few lives with him. And let me tell you something. Young Pharaoh in his heyday, I would put him up against anybody. Listen to me. A lot of people may disagree. But Young Pharaoh in his heyday, knowledge-wise, I would put Young Pharaoh up against any nigga. I don't care if it's about religion. I don't care if it's about American history, world history. I don't care what it is about. Old Young Pharaoh was unstoppable. It did not matter what the topic was. That's how amazing that young man's brain was. And you know, it made me think about when he went on Tasha K and talked about how he was abducted by aliens and how people just looked at him like he crazy. I never did. I never understood it, but I never did. You know what I'm saying? But either way, this is back in his heyday. Now he's doing a live with this rabbi, and he's going to ask the rabbi, he's going to straight up tell him, look, you're not the real Jew. So where did you come from? And this is the genuine question, y'all. Check it out.
There were black people in Greece and Rome before there were Greeks and Romans in there. So I'm asking you to prove to me, where do you come from genetically? How did you get here? Because you can't. I don't want you to use. Can you
tell me? Can you tell me exactly which countries you came from in your history? I can tell you which country.
Now, pause. This is why I tell you, Young Pharaoh was way before his time. Now the white boy gonna try to trip him up because remember they want us to think we don't have no home. The white boy gonna ask him, "Well, where you from?" Watch what Young Pharaoh said.
I'm connecting.
I can tell you exactly where I came from. Yes, my ancestors.
Can you give me a continent?
Yeah, yes, my ancestors all around the world, whether it be Indigos, aka Indians, blacks in America, whether it be the Egyptians.
You heard that? Indigos, aka Indians, aka blacks in America. That's the indigenous blacks. That's us. And then he's going to go into religions, talking about either it's Kemet. He's going to give you the whole spiel.
Kushites, which means blacks in Africa, whether we go to the Naga Kushites in Japan, the blacks in India, okay, not the Dravidians, but the Negroids, all say the same thing. Our ancestors come from the stars.
Boom. And my daughter has always had this huge affinity to the moon. And if most of y'all think about y'all, either your childhood or your churn, you're going to realize either you or somebody you know close to you has always had a affinity to the solar system. I don't care if you just like to have stars in your room all the time or you got tattoos of stars. I don't care if you just had a fascination with the sun. I don't care if back in the day you did the best solar system project. We have always been connected to the solar system. They disconnected us when they put us out of ourselves and into their books and especially their religion.
And they populated this planet and spreaded their seed across the four corners of the earth. And before somebody say that's fake, black people, specifically black women, have an entire race of humanoids in their DNA that they call a ghost race. Well, you said where we come from. I'm gonna tell you that they say that they call.
I just want to add a bit to this because he's absolutely right. Black American women, though, we're the ones with the ghost race. All of us have it, but we're the ones, meaning my black ass. I could get with somebody else blacker than me, and I can make a baby as light as a mixed child. Does that make sense? Or my black ass with my nappy head ass, and I get me a black ass man with his nappy head ass, and we could somehow make a dark-skinned kid with brown eyes and soft hair. That's the ghost gene that he speaks about when he says black women. I'm gonna be specific. Black American women. Those are the ones. That's why two people can have a children and they can be an array, disarray. You can have a light-skinned kid, a dark-skinned kid, a tall kid, a short kid. My grandmother had 3 sets of twins. I know exactly what I'm talking about. If you didn't look at them in their face, they look completely different. That's the ghost gene that he's talking about.
That they call a ghost race because black women have the race of an entire species in their DNA that has never been anthropologically found, which means the species does exist. It's just not from this planet. Black people also have 147 alien genes, which has been confirmed by science. And Black people are also the only people on this planet Earth that are non-Neanderthal. David Wilcock, who Caucasoids love, did an entire lecture on how Black people have extraterrestrial DNA, and they don't want us to know. So our ancestors' story matches up not only with past genetics, but present genetics. The problem is your story is not matching up with present science or past science. So once again, I told you where I come from. There were Black people in Greece.
Okay. When I tell you he got him, who the hell is this at my door? When I tell you he got him, let me get this door, y'all. I'm going to give y'all a commercial right quick. I'm going to give y'all a commercial. Let me see who's at the door. I will be right back.
All I give is price drops.
Come on.
Searching for an answer.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, baby, tell me when my flight gonna leave.
You gotta.
Bags I got, just checked them for free.
Oh, yeah.
And today, forever people can get
Come on.
Ain't nobody feeling like Jet 2.
Jet 2, come on.
Stays on my mind all the time.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause I'll forever be booking you.
I gotta go. I gotta book that flight for the Lord. I gotta go. I gotta book that flight for the Lord. Tell me what you want from me, little girl. You gon' get a trip across the world. Don't bring your wife, bring your side chick. Got a family on the side who gon' love this. Drop, mix it, drop. Mix it, drop. Family of four. You mix it, drop and shake it, work it, turn it real low. Family of four. They got a family of four. You mix it, drop and shake it, work it, drop it real low. Drop. You got the drop, girl. Drop. You got the drop, girl. I need to mix it up. You got to mix it up.
All night fight. Cause that boy keep me right.
All night.
All night fight.
Cause that boy keep me right.
I'm on an all night flight.
Take me to that night ball. Just take me to that night ball. Nine.
Right ball, mix it up, 7 ball, mix it up, 8 ball, mix it up, 9 ball, 10 ball, 6 ball, mix it
You know
up,
where I
8
wanna
ball.
go.
Where you
You know
going?
where I wanna go.
Girl, I can't stand them salesmen. I should have just looked on my phone. That was the Vivid man trying to sell me Vivid. I can't stand them people, girl. Them people get on my nerves. Anyways, we're back. The point I'm making is this. Where was I? Because I didn't have to get off the doggone live. I done scooted up out of here. Hold on. Where was I? Oh, the point I'm making is this, y'all. When it comes down to young Pharaoh, first of all, he was beyond the wisdom. And I think that they took him and did something to him. That's what I believe. I really believe they took him and did something to him, but he was very much on point. Shout out to the Clears, but we still don't know where y'all come from. Yet and still, these are the people who telling all the melanated people where they come from. Make it make sense. Ask a Clear where they from in Europe today. It'll make your day feel better. Okay. Ask a Clear what part of America, what part of Europe they come from. It'll make you feel better. I promise you. Matter of fact, I think I saw. Hold on. Let me see. There was this video from back in the day of these kids talking about nationality and all that stuff from like the 50s. I had shared it to my story. It was so informative because what you'll understand is even in the 50s, the children understood the difference between race, nationality, and things of that nature. We just don't now because of the education system. So anyway, I can't find it. Ain't meant to be. Now let's get into the first topic up for discussion. Y'all like the video, please like the video. Now I want to start with hold on, turn that, don't need that. Sorry, y'all. Let's get this clear cop on here. So a lot of y'all have seen this man. I've seen him on Facebook a million times. He got like millions of followers on Facebook. But this is a Clear man who is married to a black woman, and apparently they had a DV situation. that he got caught up in, and he didn't have to retire from the force. And if I'm being completely honest, from what I've seen, I don't know this man, I never watched this man, but from what I've seen of this man on the internet, he seemed like he might be okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just be completely honest. But I also told y'all people put personas on the internet, especially on social media sites like Instagram and Facebook, because that's where you can create the biggest personas, right? Now, he has made a living off of, you know, kissing black babies and sharing ice cream with them and things of that nature. I never saw the awe in it that everybody else sees. Because I understand it like this. Clear people only say, "oh," because it makes them feel better about being racist. They'll feel like, oh, well, at least we're not inherently racist, even though they are. And then I think black people say, "oh," because in their heart of hearts, they want acceptance from the clears. You want the clear man to love on you and hug on you, just like he loved and hug on his little piglets. Yes, you do. And that's why whenever you see clear people show any sort of affection to anybody of Negroid, scientific, whatever, here y'all go, "oh," little things. It don't take much. "Oh, and that bothers me. Because it's like, why do you need their acceptance? And these are the same people who will act like they don't need clear people acceptance. But they be the same ones every time a clear woman come on here and act like a black woman. They're the first one hitting it like, "oh, girl, you so good." Every time a black or a clear man, a clear gay man is on here, he's acting like a black woman. Y'all the first ones follow. But y'all don't want to understand that subconsciously, you are begging for acceptance from your oppressors. This is why some gay black men have infatuations with clear women. It's something about having acceptance from somebody or something that don't accept you. We got to get out of that. Long story short, so now they say he done had an issue with his wife. She's black, I think. Yeah, she's black. Beautiful lady. And he has had to step down from the doggone force. Now, let me say this. He was retired. And I'm going to tell you like this. Military and police, they have a thing called a code of ethics that they have to follow. And a few of those things that you can literally lose your job for and lose everything you work for are limited, are included, but not limited to domestic violence, SA, and that's in the marriage. What I say? DVSA. Oh, cheating. Yeah. See, in the military, you can get kicked out for cheating. You ain't know that. Same thing on the police force. See, they hold these people at a quote unquote higher standard, which means if they break said standards, they are to be punished at a higher standard because you know better than the average civilian, than the average person. So the fact that this clear man gets to retire after knocking his wife head between the washing machine and dryer should tell all the black people who watching him lick ice cream with black kids saying, "oh," it should tell you that he still is covered and safe under the bareness of his skin and the status that he carries, which is clear, which means he can walk out the door with his retirement in tow and nothing ever will happen from that. Mind you, if he was black and his wife was white, we all know what would come after this. But I guess it's blue before everything, right? Blue Lives Matter head ass niggas. Get out them people institutions. Get out their military and get out their damn they police forces. Get out of there. I'm telling you now. I don't know who need to hear it. Somebody was wondering about it. Whoever you is, get the hell up out of there. Okay? Now, with that being said, let's get into this clear man riding off into the sunset with his retirement.
Today's a difficult day for me.
Of course it is. You get to go home and go to bed without an alarm clock. And every day you get to wake up and brew your coffee. And all you got to do is wait on one day out of the month to walk to the mailbox and you just sip your coffee, look at your check, and say, what am I going to do today? Oh, it's got to be a horrible morning for you. Oh, I couldn't imagine. Y'all. Could you?
After 27 years, announcing my retirement from the North Little Rock Police Department. I feel like that I did not let the community down. I feel like that I did my part.
No, sir, see, and that's why you know what he was doing wasn't from the heart. He doesn't think that he let the community down. This is why I tell you, and listen, I'm picking this up off the cap. He's not a genuine clear man. This is not a genuine clear man. This man, I don't care what he has done on Instagram and Facebook. He is not a genuine clear man. He, like the rest of the world, believes and he sees that there's money in Black emotions. And what he has done has played his part to make his money and keep you thinking that he's that character he was. Because the reason I say he's not who he thinks he is or he says he is because if he was genuinely that person, he would understand that having this image and having this platform amongst these people, I have a bigger cross to bear. I have a bigger responsibility. So I don't want to let these people down who look up to me as somebody who cares. Because how can they look at me and think that I care about children when allegedly I'm hitting my wife? See, that's when people care about what the people think. But he's sitting up here hollering, oh, well, I don't think I let the people down. You did. Your image is shattered, sir. Your mask has slipped. But I told y'all, all lies will be exposed. Your mask slipping, sir. And for those with eyes to see, we can see it as clear as day.
I also feel that the badge did not instill love into me. I instilled love into the badge. I didn't always do it right. I made my mistakes, owned up to those mistakes. After what's transpired the last week in my personal life, I feel like that it's time for me to leave law enforcement and to serve my community in a different capacity.
So he get to whoop his wife's ass, leave law enforcement and serve his community in a different capacity. That means he's leaving the police department and he'll be down to the sheriff's office by tomorrow morning. It happened in the military all the time. The clears get to walk out with their dignity and their coin. The Negroes get played. That's why I keep telling y'all, get out them people's stuff. You get it?
This is a very difficult decision. It's a decision that I made on my own. This is a very difficult decision.
Y'all gotta eat y'all popcorn with me. You need me to open it for you? Hold on.
Maybe I'm different. Somebody might call me a half class full type of bitch, but to me, it looked like a white person at the zoo. I've never found this like. It's like watching them clear people go in the middle of the woods and sit. It's reminiscent of that, like when they be sitting with the gorillas and stuff, and they be like, "Oh." I'm not calling the children gorillas, but I'm saying the scene gives me the same vibe. I've never gotten the heart melting. I never got what y'all got. That's all I'm gonna say. I got exploitation. Because he could have very well done the same thing with Black and white kids or white kids, but he didn't. He specifically targeted Negro, low poverty having Black kids because he knew that audience was untapped on the internet, and he tapped it, and that's why he got millions and millions of followers. And you know what's crazy? Do you want to know why the clear people follow him? Because the Black people accept him and they love him. Hello? Because clear people don't give a damn about another clear man showing love to no nigga baby. They don't care. They only like him because we like him. So here he go. Millions of followers feeding the kids on the curb like goddamn kangaroos.
Hold on.
This roast still work out for $100?
Man, this stuff is so good. It's double cheese.
Oh, and
hold on.
Another thing the clears love to do, they love adopting your accent, your lingo. Oh man, I know y'all gonna love this. Oh man, A gang, A twin. And then in 20 years, 30 years, tell you got the lingo from them. That's why y'all think y'all accents come from clear people. That's why y'all think the stuff y'all say, anything that you do and say, that's why you think any of it comes from them when they don't create nothing. Nothing. They can't create. It ain't in them. They don't have it. They're not creators. I see somebody taking advantage. That's what I see. I don't see what y'all see.
Now, do y'all know that police officers are your friends? Yeah. Police officers love you and care about you. Okay, here we go. That's yours. Who else will me open theirs? How you doing, young lady? You know my name? Police Officer Norman. All right. How's everybody's day going? I love you too. That made my day. That made my day. Huh? Huh? No. Y'all gotta eat y'all popcorn with me. You mean to open it for?
Like I said, I don't see it how y'all see it. And call me negative Nancy, bitch. I don't care. I don't find no value in that. And some might say, well, it is bridging the gap between the police and the neighborhood. That ain't how you do it. That is not how you do it. Now, don't get me wrong. You are supposed to create a relationship with the people in the neighborhood, but you don't do it by sitting on the curb eating Cheetos with their churn. You see what I'm saying? I just, that's for y'all. Anyway, he could whip his wife's ass and come back and serve the community. It is what it is. He whip his wife's ass, pop her upside the head, knock her between the washing machine and dryer, and then come back and give people rides to go get MREs and stuff. I don't know. Let's move on, girl. It is what it is. I just see different. And that man made a lot of money sitting on the curb feeding little black kids. A lot. That man made more money than the average human being sitting on the curb eating Cheetos with churn. So I guess if that's what y'all like, I love it. Anyway, let's move on. Now I want to move to MLK niece. Child, let's get Mike little niece on here. I'm so tired. I'm just exhausted with Martin Luther King. I really am. Like I said, he's y'all savior, it's not mine. He's y'all savior, not mine. And every time first of all, his churn don't ever say nothing. But every time one of them say something, it's always some stupid stuff. Y'all just don't hear it because y'all think of him and think that his offspring is him. No. And even if it was him, if he was here saying something stupid, I get on this internet and say, Mike, you sound a fool. Now, Martin Luther King's niece, I don't even know her name, Velveeta or something. Here she come talking about how people are racist against Charlie Kirk and how we shouldn't be accusing him of being this, that, and the third because it's unbecoming of a Christian. I told y'all, leave that shit alone. I told y'all Christianity was created to do just what it did. Teach that white boy to use his book to hate you and teach you to love your book more than you love yourself. So now they got you loving that white boy in that book more than you love yourself. So where he can come around here, burn up your homes, take your land, steal from you, kill, rape, and everything. And all you gonna say is wait on God. The book said, wait on God. And they book tell them to get in the pickup truck and get the gasoline and the crosses and put it in front of your yard and burn them up. Make it make sense. Gone are the days where we just about to sit up here and wait on God and turn the other cheek. God said, faith without works is dead. We got to believe he coming, but do the work before he get here, before when he get here. But every time you turn around, listen, I believe it like this. Martin's kids is indicative of what he's done for America, for Black America. If you think about what Martin's kids have done for Black America, that's about the same amount of things Martin has done for Black America. But that's a subject most of y'all gonna get touchy about. Hello? He's done way more harm than good. So for his offspring and his niece offspring to be coming out here trying to cape for Charlie Kirk, girl, I'm telling you, that's your savior, not mine. I don't revere that little big head man. He was a man. That's it. And he done way more bad to my people than good. He was a man. That's it. I don't care about his wife. I don't care about his children. He was a man. That's it. You go and praise him. You go and serve him. Not me. I don't serve man. Because y'all get to getting in y'all head, because y'all been taught about Rosa Parks, that slut. But y'all get to getting in y'all head, and because y'all been taught about Rosa Parks and Martin Luther King since 5 years old, y'all really be defending him like he white Jesus. And it bothers me. But let's get into what his niece had to say on you niggas. Since y'all want a windmill for Martin, let's see what his offspring got to tell y'all. She said y'all need to stop being racist toward Charlie Kirk. Check it out.
As a woman who survived the assassinations of my uncle, Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., my father, Reverend A.D. King, and my grandmother, Mrs. Alberta Williams King, I know all too well.
So that's her daddy that got popped. Yeah. That was Martin. You know, Martin brother got popped too. I know y'all don't know that. The mama got popped and the brother got popped. So her daddy, A.D., that's her daddy. Okay, her daddy is the brother that got popped before. Was it before or after Martin got popped? I can't remember.
The impact of this kind of cowardly act. Charlie Kirk was assassinated.
And she reading.
And now, while his family and this nation grieve, some are calling him a racist, a white supremacist, even a fake Christian. Such accusations are conversations unbecoming to a Christian.
So you mean to tell me that my book, my Bible, and my church, and the man that stepped at the pulpit in my church told me that God loves all of his children. My pastor told me, and the book told me that we are all God's children, that we should treat each other with love and respect and honor thy neighbor. So you mean to tell me that when I read my book and God tell me that we all God's people, but then when they read the same book, they book tell them to hate me, that I'm supposed to turn the other cheek and act like these people don't hate me. I'm supposed to shut up and not call out the fact that this can't be the same Christian. This can't be from the same book that you gave, that I got in my hand, because the book in my hand said love thy neighbor. What book is you reading? So what the niece is over here trying to act like as if you call out the fact that they got the same book but using a book to hate, that it's wrong. And how dare you say that that's unchristian like. Here go the king. Listen, Martin is the gift that has kept on giving. Not in a good way. Martin is the gift that has kept on giving, but not in a good way. Let's get back to the niece. Okay? Y'all can't call them people unchristian like. So when they was over there putting burning crosses in people's yard, blowing up churches, blowing up children, kidnapping children, hanging niggas in trees like strange fruit, taking pictures with their children like this in front of dead bodies, cutting off the men's private parts, raping and mutilating the children. When they was doing all of that, how dare we say that's unchristian like, and they not Christians? Because God is going to frown upon us. You can live under that system. I don't want nothing to do with it. And with that type of like mind, stay the pluck away from me. Go way over there, because I'm on some real militant type stuff. And me and you gonna clash. I don't want to clash with my people, so I would just advise people with this mindset, please stay as far away from me as you possibly can. You are a cancer to the survival of my people, and I want nothing to do with you. You are a direct threat to the survival of my people. Period. Point blank. It's not up for discussion. There's no talking about it. There's no can we go past, go collect $200. If you're not saying it's us or nothing, you are a direct threat to my people, and we must excommunicate you. I don't know you. You need to go way over there. This lady needs to go way over there. Take Bernie with you. Take Bernie with you, because both of y'all come out here talking crazy. Every time you turn around, you never hear Bernie, you never see the junior, and you never see the niece come out when we really need them. Where was these hoes when we was really going down during George Floyd? Where was they going on when we just had the Carmelo Anthony situation up in Houston? You never see them. But as soon as a clear person come out, here they come, trying to calm down niggas. She might be an agent just like our Paul. Going around here, oh, y'all need to just calm down. Don't call these people unchristian like, because they devils like you. Like you. feeding that and regurgitating that poison to my children under the guise of that whack ass cross in that church you claim. Yeah, you are a direct threat to my people. And I'm so glad my generation and beyond don't listen to y'all old ass mother pluckers. And you make it bad for the old people who have good wisdom to pass down. Because people really don't be wanting to rock with y'all because y'all talk out the side of y'all neck and y'all be on that Jim Crow stupid shit. Nigga ain't on that no more. Nigga is not on that no more. Nigga get tired of that. All that turn the other cheek ass shit. That's why y'all messed up now. Damn. No type of resiliency. No, I ain't gonna say resiliency, but no type of fight back. No type of it. Not all. I'm talking about the ones who talk like this. It's ridiculous, bruh. And it's keeping us back. That's why we losing everything, identity, all our culture. Because of that, let's move on. Because I'm gonna get mad.
In the final analysis, Charlie stood for life, for faith, and for biblical truth.
Now she's saying Charlie stood for life, faith, and biblical truth. If that's the case, keep the book far away from me.
He wasn't afraid to say the name of Jesus in the public square, and he paid a price for it. Now is not the time to attack Charlie. As a woman who survived it's the time to lift up the banner of Christ. As a member of the one blood human race, Charlie Kirk did.
We ain't no one blood human race. They blue bloods. We don't even have their blood. What you mean, lady? We ain't no one blood human race. They ain't even, man. Y'all ever heard the term blue bloods? They blood really be blue, like blue, like girl, like blue, like royal blue. In between blue, royal blue, and navy blue. Girl, we ain't got no same one human blood. Girl, go sit your ugly ass down somewhere, lady. Respectfully, because she is an elder.
His legacy of public discourse, of bringing difficult conversations to the table mattered. He caused us to think and to pray. Charlie has gone to meet his maker. May he rest in peace. May we honor him today by praying for his family and by answering this question: where will you spend eternity?
I know where you gonna spend it.
It's the time to lift up the banner.
This is a problem amongst us. This has been a problem amongst us. And let me just say this to that generation of people: you were tricked by people like this. The Martin Luther Kings, remember in the 60s and the 50s especially, well, 60s especially, civil rights leaders were celebrities. It was almost like, you know how streamers are the new celebrities now? Like it's something brand new. Nobody's ever heard of it, but these streamers are like getting lit. Like you got Kai Cenat, you got DJ Academics. You know how they like the lit. Okay, imagine the civil rights leaders in the same type of situation. Instead of being famous for being streamers, they famous for being civil rights leaders. Okay? And these people were government agents. Most of them were government agents sent to divert the people's attention away from the real liberation. This is why Martin Luther King was on here talking about we shall overcome and going to the mountaintop with little white girls. It was never about the liberation of you. Now, it was toward the end when he knew his time was up and it was ready to clean his clock. But prior to that, it was all about doing whatever the government said. Quiet these niggas down. Make them sing. Don't let them fight. If they act like they're going to fight, activate the NAACP. Call them to this area. Get this one out here. Get that one out there. Put a concert. These were the celebrities of this time. And these celebrities led a generation of children, not adults. The people who followed the civil rights movement in the 60s was the majority of children. These were grown adults leading children. Now, you may not feel like they were kids because they looked a bit old, but ultimately they were children. And those children became adults. And those adults became our grandparents. And those are the people, and our parents. And those are the people who have this mindset. So I have to be mindful of that when I'm speaking about this. But in her position, she's a paid actor. This is a very dangerous rhetoric for her to speak, to get on here and tell us that it's unchristian like to call out a white supremacist. And I hate using the word supremacist because there's nothing supreme about them beings. Let's really be clear about that. But it bothers me to my core because just due to her association with that man with no neck, she's going to have weight on the words that she say. And people who hold dear, and my people who hold dear and think that the Most High belongs or the Most High resides in the church or in the book is going to automatically believe that what she's saying is right. This is why I can't stand celebrities. Because I can't go to the people and say, hey, man, she's a fraud, because who am I? They're going to believe her over me. She has the clout currency. I don't. So this is why I bring her up here to show you guys what they are doing. She is paid to come on here and settle you down, just like her uncle did. This is unchristian, like, you guys, we need to be better than this. No, bitch, you need, respectfully, Miss Bitch, you need to be more respectful than this. You need to start doing more for your people. Matter of fact, they Negro pens anyway. They ain't even FBA. Y'all ready to talk about it? Y'all ready to talk about it? Let's move on. Get her off of here. Get her off of here. I don't listen. I'm not y'all. I don't care who they say they was, who they kin to, or who their people was in history. If you in 2025 talking something that's going against the betterment of my people, I don't like it. And I don't care. I don't care if you're 99 years old. I would be respectful, but I don't care if you're 99 years old, and I don't care if you're 10 years old. If what you got is going against the betterment of my people, I don't have no use for you. And Bernie and the rest of them churn at the King household need to shut the fuck up. Shut up. Your daddy about to be exposed worse than he already been. Shut up. Remember, all lies will be exposed. Shut up. Most of us already know the real tea behind Mike. Most of us already know the real tea behind Mike. Not most of us. Some of us already know the real tea behind Mike. Don't play with us, because we'll get the dragging your uncle, baby, and have you on here crying. Don't play. Let's move on, y'all. Get the likes up on the video. Let me say this too. I be seeing all these GLP-1 commercials. Y'all do know that is Ozempic, allegedly. The GLP-1 and the Ozempic is the same thing. So Ozempic got sued, and then they dropped Serena Williams' commercial on you, and all these other athletes telling y'all they on this shit. And now you thought GLP-1 was different from doggone Ozempic, and they just changed the label on the crap and gave it right back to you. All because black people refuse to go outside and be nourished by the sun, the very sun that sustains them. Go work out. And it ain't about just going to no gym. Walk around your neighborhood. It's little stuff like that. But we'd rather go the small way out. We didn't catch it when all them celebrities was having all them issues. I'm trying to get you. This is not to shame nobody who's taking weight loss medication. I have taken weight loss medication. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, in today's time, with the climate that we are in, nothing is safe. We have to start going back the natural way. We got to start eating better. Like, I bought a thing of bananas. I ain't had bananas in a long time. In the morning, I get up after I get up and do my workout stuff and I fast. My first thing I have is a banana, some grapes, and some strawberries. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm starting to change the stuff that I put in my body. Not that I'm not going to eat bad ever again, because I'm going to eat bad. You see what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is I'm changing the daily things that I'm doing that's going to be more conducive to me losing weight. Anybody who's been on this channel long enough with me know that I have been bigger on this channel. I just started losing weight the last 6 months. But that's because I made conscious decisions to do things that were naturally in me to help lose the weight. Eat better. Get outside. Putting that poison in you, they probably, listen, who knows? They probably got them chips in that shit too. You know the chips that they was putting in the... Let's get into it. So Trump comes out here and tell y'all that the GLP-1s is a fat drug, and basically said that it don't work so well, because he ain't lying, because everybody who take it, even when they lose weight, they typically gain it back, because gaining and losing weight, I can tell you this, I'm a professional. It's all in your head. I've been gaining and losing weight since I was 8 years old. When I get my head bad to where I know this is what I want to do, it happens. But when I'm lazy, I'm going to do it on Monday. I'm going to start my diet on Monday. It never happens. It's all here. That's where it's at, right here. It's not in a shot. Okay? Now, let's get into what Trump had to say and why the people were so mad. I don't know. It's probably because of celebrities. That's where the endorsements come from.
Shot of like an Ozempic or the fat, I call it the fat pill or the fat drug. Sometimes it works, I guess, for people. The ones I've seen, it hasn't worked so well. I got a lot of friends, they're fat. And they said, yeah, I lost some weight. I said, you don't look it to me. But they for a shot of like an Ozempic or the fat, I call it the fat.
Y'all see them GLP-1s commercials y'all always seeing on Instagram, on the ads. Y'all always see them on YouTube. You might have seen them on this video here. That is an advertisement for you to screw yourself. Leave them people stuff alone. I'm not judging nobody. I have been on Adipex. That's the weight loss pill. I've taken a form of GLP-1 back in the day, though. I want to say right when I moved back to New Orleans after Katrina, I had found this doctor, a weight loss doctor that had prescribed me. I want to say it was the same thing. You stick it in your belly. I did that. I've done all that. So I'm not coming from a place of judgment. What I'm telling you is we got to get away from that stuff. That stuff is poison. That's the stuff that's killing us, man. We have to get away from it. And I know most people don't like Trump and don't listen to him. But I'll tell you what, the first 4 years when he was president, he said a lot of crazy stuff. But when the last two people came in here, Biden and Kamala, for president, a lot of things Trump was saying that went over most people's head at the time came to fruition. Trump know more than he know. He just ignorant. And it comes off so ignorant, most people don't pay attention. But the man be dropping gems. So when he say he called it the fat drug and it really don't work, he's not lying. Even if it works for you, it's only temporary. He's not lying. He said it's a fat drug. It don't work. It's the truth. I'm with you. Daisha said that he's a reflection of the world. That's a fact. But you know, people don't like to see their own reflections. You know what I'm saying? I know how that go. We don't like to see our own reflections. It's a human response. Anyways, also, I want to get into let me see. To you niggas, let's bring up this Charlie Kirk since we on him. So Charlie Kirk got everybody talking, and here comes Jasmine Crockett. I cannot stand Jasmine Crockett. That's your homegirl. She's the most unhinged, ignorant bitch I've ever seen in any sector of corporate America. I hate the fact that she had a whole platform on the national or international stage. She has set Black women back almost just as bad as the damn baddies. And the reason I'm going to say worse than the baddies is because when a person see a baddie, you expect that. You expect the hood to come out of Rolly when you see her. You expect someone to pee on the bus. She looked like she'll pee on the bus. But you never expect a well-educated, astute Black woman to be an ignorant, stupid bitch like this one. That's your homegirl, not mine. She another one that is against us. Every time she come out and talk, it's always about everything but us. She speak more for immigrants than she's ever done for us. But every time she come about, it's something about something, and she got to go viral and this, that, and the third. And to you niggas who left the left side of the plantation to go to the right side of the plantation, let's really be clear as we can because we're Negroid. Let's really be clear. You think you got it easier on this side, on the right side? Do you think you're safe over there? If you do, you have already failed. I told you this political game ain't meant for us. We need to come up out of this too. Create our own. The game is rigged. Going over there to the right side, thinking it's a little bit better. It's the same thing. Because what they called her, a black bitch. Let's get into it. So Jasmine Crockett had something to say about Charlie Kirk. And Laura Loomer called her a ghetto black bitch. That's what she called her. Check it out. Hold on.
Things I do want to point out that's not been laid out that honestly hurts my heart is when I saw the no votes, there were only 2 Caucasians. For the most part, the only people that voted no were people of color, because the rhetoric that Charlie Kirk continuously put out there was rhetoric that specifically targeted people of color. And so it is unfortunate that even our colleagues could not see how harmful his rhetoric was, specifically to us. And you know what? One of the things I do want to point out that's not been laid out that honestly
Let me
hurts.
say this. Jasmine has given out dangerous rhetoric too. So shut your dumb ass up. Laura Loomer responds and said, "It hurts my heart that we have a ghetto black bitch who hates America serving in Congress." Let me say this. That is so racist. The racial undertone and overtone of those words is just ridiculous. And it's so hard to defend in this situation because that's all she's been, is a ghetto black bitch. That's all she's been. What has she done? What has Jasmine Crockett done? I want to just windmill on the clears, and I will. But it's hard to windmill on the clears because Jasmine is more dangerous to us than the clears. What has this bitch done? Somebody drop down in the comments. What has Jasmine Crockett done? I told y'all I believe she was a plant put here to put the caricature of the Black American woman on to stain the image worse than it already is. I told y'all. Jasmine Crockett is dangerous. And every time she open her mouth, she be talking loud, but she don't never say nothing. Nigga don't want to hear none of that. What you saying? You spit out more dangerous stuff for Black America during the immigrants here than anybody. Remember, Jasmine Crockett was the one telling us that we need to be helping all the immigrants because the immigrants this and the immigrant stats. It was immigrants need housing. Immigrants. Even though niggas was keeping their heads above water, making a way when they can. Whenever we saw Jasmine, she was rolling her neck at somebody clear, or she was on here talking about immigrants. Y'all need to be like this because the world, we need the immigrants. Without the immigrants, they ain't nothing. Jasmine ain't never done nothing. That's your homegirl, not mine. I remember that when she said we don't need the $5,000. Lala, you remember that? Girl, remember Trump and I don't know if y'all remember this. Trump and Elon was talking about when they started doing that Doge stuff and they started pulling back all that money. Elon was like, oh, somebody asked, could we just give like every American citizen like $5,000? This bitch over here, Jasmine Crockett, said, oh no, baby, $5,000. We don't need that money. We don't want that money. What? But I keep telling y'all, leave these people alone. I keep telling y'all, these people are not your friends. Matter of fact, these people are your enemies. Jasmine Crockett is an enemy. She was a plant. Sit there to keep us distracted, but yet and still an enemy. Now, really quickly, I ain't taking too much time on this. Cardi B done came out again. I am Lord. Cardi B pregnant. I told y'all when she pregnant, she get bored, you know? And she wanted us to know why she haven't divorced Offset. Apparently, she said Offset trying to get her to pay the taxes on one of the homes and and this, that, and the third. But let me just say this. If we're really going to be honest, Cardi B got with Offset when Offset was fired, not Cardi B. Don't get me wrong. I think Cardi B's trajectory would have always been what it was. However, ultimately, she got with the Migos when everybody was checking for the Migos. Okay? And then her career catapulted. If Offset feels like he deserves money in a divorce, it seems to me like they both be cheating on each other. It is what it is. Okay? Okay? Now, Cardi went on another Twitter space, as she always does, and she said she's not divorcing him because she's not going to let a contract stop her life. Y'all, Lord have mercy. Let's get into it. Here go Cardi. Barty, hold on.
It was somebody else. So what? That happens. It's life. Let me tell you something. I did things the correct way the first time. I fell in love. I got 2 rings in my finger. I lasted 7 years. 7 years that I didn't have to last with somebody with. I lasted 7 years in a marriage. Stop saying, oh, but you're still married. No, I'm legally separated. The only reason why I'm still married is because somebody wants me to pay for their taxes. Y'all want to know the tea? The only way I could get out of my marriage if I pay for somebody else's taxes, even though I pay for my own, and give them one of my properties. I'm fighting for that. I'm gonna fight for that. This is not no love shit. And like I said, I'm not gonna stop living my life because on a contract, I'm practically still married because somebody want to hold me hostage if I don't give them millions of dollars to get. Yes, I'm having a baby with somebody else to get out of it. So that's what I'm going through in life. However, I'm not gonna live my life. Y'all want me to remarry and stuff, to have another baby and stuff like that? I'm doing things what makes me happy. I did it the right way the first time. Guess what? When you separate from somebody, one thing about it is I don't like broken homes. I don't like broken homes. To get out of it.
I ain't gonna hold you. I lose IQ listening to Cardi. And at first I thought it was the accent, maybe a language barrier. But I'm starting to realize Cardi is an IEP baby, huh? I think she an IEP baby. This is my thing. I don't think that Cardi's life should be on hold. People just saying that the way you're moving is sloppy and you look a mess. It just is what it is. Like, and then for the people who feel like, I don't know what the ins and outs of their divorce is, and for people who's had money or who's had things and had to get divorced, you understand that it's not a man versus woman thing. It's a court thing. And sometimes women pay. Okay? See, we want to be under the chivalry law when it's time to keep our coins in our pocketbook, but we won't act like a nigga when we handing out money to them. Hell no. Sometimes you got to pay. But I don't think that's why she not divorcing Offset. Come on, Cardi, if she wanted to pay the doggone pay the taxes off on a crib and give him a crib, she would have done that and been gone. Listen, I'm telling you as somebody who went through a divorce, your freedom be worth some coins. If she really and truly was done with Offset and didn't want nothing to do with him, she would have they would have went to court, figured out whatever they need to figure out, and she would have went on about her business. She still want to be tagged and attached to this nigga. But my thing is, how you gonna do that and you got a baby by another nigga? Come on, man. Make it make sense. Because you got to keep in mind and think about it like this as well. You could drag this situation out and it'll cost you millions more to drag it out. Not only that, if you are in a process or in the situation in life where you're excelling, guess what, dummy? You're still married. I don't care if you legally divorced. On paper, you still married. So we could be legally separated for 5 years, 5 months. Whatever happens within them 5 years, especially in the community property state, run me my money. This is what I'm telling you for people who's never been married and had to leave nothing or split nothing. Divorce is not to play with. It's not as easy as just saying, okay, whoop-de-whoop. However, when you really and truly want your freedom, girl, how much do I have to pay? I'm going to get it back. What's up? Stop holding on to this white boy's heaven, that money. That's his heaven. That's the root. You're loving on it too much. That's the root to all evil. Your internal freedom is more important than any dollar amount. This why niggas stay broke. This why niggas stay broke. Stop holding on to that white boy cash. It ain't even real. You don't even have the money they say in your account right now. Don't say, oh, I wouldn't give him this. It's just things. You can get it back. You know why you don't have those things? Because you love them and you cherish them too much. The Most High keep them away from you. It's things that has zero value until you put the value in it. Cardi don't want to divorce her husband. Cardi want to be able to be still attached to Offset, and she could still be able to dibble and dabble. No, she ain't gonna dibble and dabble with Stephon. That's a wrap on that shit. She pregnant. It's a wrap. I don't care how many videos she get on here acting like she cooking for that nigga. He ain't nowhere around there. She done already told you they don't see each other but 2 months out the year anyway. So she still want to have the attachment to Offset. That's why she's over there dragging out this divorce. Cardi got money, right? Y'all said she was rich. She could pay off a property tax and give him a house. It ain't gonna hurt her. It ain't like she one of us. Paying off somebody's property taxes will literally put us in a poor man's house. Cardi can pay off a property tax and she can give him a house and she won't blink an eye during sleep. But that's because Cardi don't want to completely separate and detach herself from these loops she continued to be in. Cardi loves being in these loops. And what it took for me, what I'm starting to learn is coming out of these loops, coming out, because I was in the loops as well. What I'm starting to find is most people love their loops. You can't tear them away from them. You can only help them, tell them what to do, and hope that they take heed. But the fact of the matter is, it's so comfortable inside of these loops that most people fear the idea of not having them. What do I mean by a loop? Things that you continue to do over and over again and get the same results. You still messing with a nigga that cheat? The last nigga cheated. Okay, you get a new nigga, he cheat. You leave him, you get a new nigga, he cheat. That's a loop. That's a loop. The more we keep in these loops, the more we remain in the situations we're in. Cardi B is quote unquote rich. And even with all that money that your po ass believe gonna make you feel better, Cardi is suffering in her own skin. You think Cardi is having a great time in life right now? You a new age fool. With all that money you think she have. If you believe Cardi's living her best life, having the greatest time in her life right now, like I told you, with the stress of a divorce, with the stress of 3 other babies, a new nigga and a new baby, and then you ain't even touched on his baby mamas. If you believe Cardi B is living the best life right now and is just smiling in roses, you a new age goddamn fool. Cardi B is stressed out. Any woman would be. And I don't care what color you is. Any woman in Cardi B's position, I don't care if you got $1 trillion in your account. Any woman in Cardi B's position is stressed out. We cannot handle that much emotion happening at one time. The baby within itself is too much. Being pregnant takes too much of your emotion anyway. Now you had all these outside factors. Cardi is living, I'm telling you. Y'all could believe because she go on live and do them lives and I'm cooking for my nigga. And y'all think that's all cute. Oh, y'all thought she was going to be pressed. Y'all thought she was going to be pressed. Soon as she in the live. Soon as she in the live, dummy. While you smiling, thinking Cardi done got a one up on another nigga. Soon as she in the live. Poor Creation trying to get a hug. She telling Creation, get the hell out of here. That girl going through hell and high water. Period, point blank. But y'all think that this glitz and glam that this internet show y'all and this celebrity is the tell-all, be-all. Y'all are so sadly mistaken. Y'all are so sadly mistaken. She's stressed. Any woman would be. Then wait, hold on. Then there was this video when she was doing the meet. I think we talked about this. Hold on. Yeah, I think we did that one already. Let me see. Yeah, we did that one really quickly before we get to the last story. Did y'all see this? Hold on. I want to share this with y'all. More proof that you standing on the motherland. Like I told y'all, the motherland ain't in Africa. You standing on the richest soil. And this is the motherland right here. Now, here are some skeletons where they found about mound builders. Shout out to me. And my tribe come from the mound builders too. The Mississippians and all that stuff. If you know, you know. But these are skulls and stuff from Black Indigenous people. Black Indigenous people who were here long before the Clears and the Negropeans came off the boat, y'all. Shout out to We Know the Truth.
2 skulls from the West Indies found in shell mounds. Male Negro from Barbados. British West Indies. Whoa.
Pause. Shout out to Barbados. Shout out to the islands. Remember, I listen, shout out to the islands. I try not to dig in y'all stuff as much because I feel like, who am I? You know what I'm saying? However, from what I've seen from the islands, from what I've read and researched, you guys are indigenous to here as well. Okay? They lied to you just like they lied to us. All of the artifacts that we have found thus far between North America, South America, and the Caribbean island point to the fact that just like we were here in North America, so were you on whatever island or islands you were. Some of them even went from island to island. That is something that was huge going on back in the day, and even still to this day. A lot of people go from island to island. So like you might find somebody who Bahamian, but they mama Jamaican. And you be like, oh, my mama married a Bahamian man and they moved to Jamaica. Or you might go to Jamaica and be like, oh, my mama from Ghana. I mean, not Ghana, from, you know what I'm saying? It's like that. So when they finding these skulls and these artifacts, I need you to understand, and this is even in the Caribbean islands, North America, South America, Caribbean islands, we were all already here. The problem was we went against God's word when he told us not to mix with them folks.
Oh, truth. Whoa, shell mound builders, Negro. Oh shit. This is the islands, people. This is the islands. This is before any other colonizer came over there. They lost their damn mind. Roll the corner. Here we go. Negro skeletal remains from Indian site in West Indies. Negro skeletons in the shell mound Indian sites. We the fucking real Indians.
And I hated that I did that. But let me say this, because this is what made me mad about this. When it came down to how I see tethers, right? This is what pisses me off. Because I see a lot of my people from the islands, and I don't know about South America. I can't speak on them people. But I'm talking about the ones that come from the island. Not all of them. Shout out to my people from the island who come up here and bless up. Not y'all. I'm talking about the ones who come from the island and they start to act like them clears, or they start to get amongst them Africans and act like they one and the same. Let me tell y'all something to y'all. I'm talking about you Caribbean people. You are not one and the same with them people. Now, some of you are, and if you are, you know the direct family member who is. But if you don't have a direct family member to point to, just like us up in the States, you are not connected to those people. Get out of your brain that melanin is what connects you. It's the only thing you share. It does not connect you. And I've seen a lot of those people take on the ideals of the white people and the foreigners all the way from the other side of the globe. And it bothers me because they don't understand that they're really turning against their own people. If you understand the intra-American slave trade, then you would understand that a lot of us may have some sort of Caribbean roots, because there were a lot of people that were sent back and forth between North America, South America, and the Caribbeans. It's the same thing if you're in South America. It's the same thing if you're in the Caribbean. A lot of y'all will find that some of y'all ancestors came off these boats from North Carolina to Louisiana, from, DC to here. If that was more prominent than the quote unquote transatlantic slave trade. So what these people don't understand when they take on the ideals of these clear people, or they take on the ideas of these foreigners with a hardy R, talking about some of the Africans that come over here, they don't understand that they inadvertently going against their own people. That's the point I'm trying to get the Caribbean and the South Americans who don't understand what I'm saying to understand. You were already here as well. So when you take on those ideals, and I'm not going to spend too much time on this because I'm only heed the call. I'm only sending out my voice to the people who want to hear the warning in the Caribbean and in South America. If you do your genealogy, you will see that you were lied to as well. And those people are not akin to you. As a matter of fact, they're more of your enemy than anything. So while you taking on them ideals, acting like them, you're only hurting your own people. Literally is all you're doing. And that's to the Black Americans who doing that duck ass shit too. You're hurting yourself and your own people. You've already been here. You've always been here. These skeleton remains, these artifacts, all this stuff we find here in America that outdates most of the stuff, if not everything we've ever found in Africa. Nobody want to talk about it, though. Nobody want to talk about it. But the fact of the matter is this. We are who we've always been. And if you on one of them islands, you doing what you probably always done thousands and thousands of years. You've been there.
Here we go. Negro skeletal remains from Indian site in West Indies. Negro skeletons in the shell mound Indian sites. We the fucking real Indians.
And then the enemy is so clever. Just like when I went downtown Saturday. I went downtown Saturday to get something to eat. And everywhere around where the niggas stay is Cherokee this, Indian Trail that, Indian this, Indian. They love giving you the truth and then looking you square in the face and tell you it ain't the truth. Why do you think they call the West Indies the West Indies? Why do you think that is? I have the book They Came Before Columbus. I read his journey when he dropped off in Hispaniola. He saw melanated people. He saw some of the $5 footlongs, it seemed like he described as well. But for the most part, he saw melanated people on those islands. Niggas. You see what I'm saying? So they will call you the Indians, give you a name like the Indies, name your neighborhoods after Indian names, put your highways under Indian names, and then look you square in the face and tell you, you ain't no Indian. Make it make sense. That's how clever and disgusting that enemy is.
Yeah, you hunter-gatherer Native Americans. Yeah, this the shit they be trying to hide. This ain't y'all in the mounds.
No.
This is us.
Yes. Not been to the mountains.
Roll the car. Look. Negro skeleton remains from the Indian sites in the West Indies. Oh shit. Negro burials. You see that right there? Negro burials in the mounds, pre-Columbian times. Virgin Islands. We know the motherfucking truth now.
I thought that this was dope to share because a lot of this stuff, like I said, we never learned nothing like this in school. It wasn't even an option, right? But what we're starting to see with the veil being lifted is a lot of things that were hidden from us is coming back to light. A lot of the things that they told us, that this enemy has told us, has been proven wrong. It's still being proven wrong. I'm telling y'all, see y'all in them Indies and the West Indies and the South America or whatever, all them $5 footlongs out there telling y'all they the Tainos and they this, that, and the third. Y'all need to pack them up and get them the hell up out of there because they lying taking on your identity too. That's all them people out there on them islands acting like they the real people. I told y'all it grinded my gears seeing that Asian lady on here telling us that basically she's a Jamaican. Y'all got to do y'all genealogy. Y'all have to do your genealogy so we can pack these people and get them the hell up out of here. Dead ass. Now let's get into Amanda Seales. Lord have mercy. Amanda Seales. She just grinds my gears. Let's get into it. So I told y'all Amanda Seales is a pick-me, but a pick-me for the culture. All Amanda Seales cares about is being accepted into Black American culture. At first, I thought she was just lame, but now as my eyes are opening more and more about her, she's definitely, in my belief, a plant. Probably hired by the United States government, and they probably planted her into certain situations like Insecure and gave her roles and got her on certain shows and stuff, you know, just to get her face out there. So when they want to put their message out there, it'll get out there a little bit easier. Well, I think that they set her up to put her there. And then after a while, just like she annoys us, she annoyed even the powers that be. So when they kicked her ass to the curb. Ever since then, Amanda Seales has been trying to find reasons to look blacker and go more viral every single day. If it ain't the nappy braids, it's something crazy like a Khadijah haircut or something like that. She loves living single tees. She loves giving me Sinclair vibes because she's stupid as a box of rocks. Shout out to Sinclair. However, I see right through Sinclair. I see right through Amanda Seales. She is a problem. I've been telling y'all that, and a detriment to the Black community. And you know what? The ancestors have made it so where we collectively reject her. Have you ever wondered why collectively we never really took to Amanda Seals? It's certain things that the Most High and the ancestors do behind the scenes. They made it to a point to where we never 100% took to Amanda Seals. You know, contrary to y'all belief, another person the ancestors made sure we didn't take to like that is somebody right here that y'all wouldn't believe. Contrary to y'all belief, this is another one that the ancestors made sure collectively. I'm not saying that everybody didn't take to them. What I'm telling you is collectively, the ancestors knew that these people were not good for us. And they made sure that we did not get caught up in this stuff. When Meatball had the fake ass liner talking about he going to Africa and was trying to get niggas on a boat that was a lemon, niggas was like, boy, you don't go sit your big head ass down somewhere, boy, I won't even like you, boy. In real life, I'm not saying some people didn't go. Some people went, but it was nowhere near as many of the people you thought. And the fact of the matter is, niggas looked at Meatball and said, this nigga is a scammer. Hell no. Not only that, Meatball's message was to take us off our land and put us in Africa. You know what my ancestors and your ancestors said? Hell no. The hell you mean you gonna come from Jamaica, you gonna pass by all them niggas in Jamaica to come to America to tell us that we need to go to Liberia and be in Ghana? My ancestors and your ancestors told Meatball to kiss the blackest part of their ass, as they should. And when they left this earth, they made it a way and made it a damn show positive that we don't revere him collectively. This is why when you hear people talk about certain ancestors, you never hear collectively us all agreeing. When it comes down to Meatball, it's a very, it could go either way depending on who's talking about him. Okay? But our ancestors made sure to get people like him about the paint collectively. And I think that they did the same thing with Amanda Seals. Plus, Amanda makes us not like her. She's so annoying and so stupid, you know? And I don't care how many degrees she had from Harvard to learn about hip hop. I didn't have to go to Harvard to get a degree in hip hop. Bitch, it's in my blood, ho. You get it? I can't stand her. Now, here she go talking about we need to be nice to immigrants because the country was never operated without immigrants. And that is the biggest bold-faced lie. Listen to me, Black America. You were sharecroppers all the way up until damn near the 90s. Listen to me, Black Americans. You were doing sharecropping specifically and especially in the South, damn near all the way up until the 90s. But if we want to put a decade on it to stop the collective of us, I want to say maybe the 60s. Okay? 70s tops. We built this country. Most of you in the chat can think about, put a 3 in the chat if you know of a story of a grandparent, an aunt or an uncle or an ancestor in your family who owned a business, who owned land back in the day, who owned anything. Put a 3 in the chat and you've either heard stories from your family or you know about doing your genealogy, from doing your genealogy that you have people in your family who were builders, who were owners, who were creators. This is the foundation that created the landmass that these tethers and foreigners with the hardy are. This is the foundation that they get to come in on the back end and plow and act like they did all the work. See, Amanda Seals would understand this if she was a Black American, but she's a tether with the hardy R with an alleged FBA daddy that we never will see and find. And every time we get a chance, Amanda lets her mask slip. And here she comes and telling us that America was built off of immigrants and that we need to be nice to immigrants. I told y'all I didn't like this immigrant. I told y'all I wanted Amanda Seals back in Ghana, wherever the hell she from, ASAP Rocky. But y'all keep allowing this Sinclair ass bitch over here, and I don't like her. She is a problem to Black America. And the fact of the matter is some Black American women are going to look at the fact that she's melanated and educated and going to assume that she has their best interests at heart. This bitch is evil. She need to go back where she come from. Go home, Roger. Let's get into Amanda Seals' annoying ass. She's like the annoying cousin. Everybody see her come in like, oh, Look.
I find it preposterous for Black Americans to really be on some like, we don't F with immigrants. And I know that there's some who are like, well, they don't F with us, so blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I just need you to know that it's bigger than that.
So there we have it. She wants us to turn the other cheek, close our eyes, and act as if it's okay for people to treat us like crap, but we're still supposed to love them one and the same. So even out of Amanda Seales' mouth, she says that Black Americans don't mess with immigrants. She said, and then when she says something, the Black Americans say, well, they don't mess with us. Amanda Seales' response is, well, we shouldn't be like that. A person who have the best interest of their people at heart would never tell you this. A person who want and care about their people would never tell you to just take the enemy in their defeat. They would never tell you to smile in the face of your enemy. A person or a people who care about their people would never tell you this, because they understood that this is a instant, very, very instant situation that does nothing for the bigger picture but hurt it. I'll be damned if people come to my home and make me uncomfortable in my house where I pay bills, where my name is on the deed around this mother plucker. I be damned. I will burn this bitch down to the ground. Do you hear me? I will burn my own house down to the ground before I let somebody outside of my home come into where I pay a mortgage, where I pay the lights, gas, and water, and run my shit. And I let them with the smile. I would be a new age fool, Jim Crow slow even. So for these foreigners and tethers with the hard ER coming over here telling us that we should just accept it, or we should just well, you, ma'am, are a direct threat to my people. You, ma'am, need to be excommunicated away from my people, because I would hate for somebody unsuspecting to hear that rhetoric you spitting and really start to believe that. Amanda Seales is a cancer. This is why she don't have no friends. She ain't even got no man. Can't you tell? But here she go telling us to turn the other cheek when she could go back and help the people in her land. Instead of Amanda Seales going back and help the people get liberation in her land, she over here telling us to turn the other cheek. Why? Because she one of the immigrants.
Like much bigger than that. And they is a strong word. It's like, yes, there are shitty people, but also like this country has never operated without immigrants.
That's a motherfucking lie, you raggedy bitch. Because we had a whole country operating before they let your ragged ass mow in here. Bitch. It was niggas in the field all the way up to the 60s and the 70s. How dare you get on here and tell no bold-faced lie? Oh, it was not. This country has never operated without immigrants. You a lie when they just got here. How can you say that and they just got here? When they came here, everything was already done for them. We had industrialized all the plants. We had did all the field. We had created the cotton gin. We mechanized all the farms. By the time they got here, all they had to do was pick up where we left off. Nigga, they plowing shit we done already laid down to plant. Stop letting people tell you that this country was built off immigrants. That is a lie. That is a lie. My ancestors and your ancestors built this country. That is a lie. I'm not saying that nobody from nowhere never came in and did they want to. What I'm telling you is they lie psychologically. They psychologically mess your mind up to believe that you gave no contribution. That's why they tell you stuff like, oh, well, immigrants built this country. Are you dumb? If they built this one, why they didn't build the one they came from? If they built this one, why they don't go back and build up the country they came from? If they were so skilled and so great, why they fleeing their lands? Why they not so skilled and great where they come from? that. Stop letting people tell you foreigners built the country. They ain't coming here and do a goddamn thing but get paid less than minimum wage. That's it. I'll be damned when I know my great-grandmother was a sharecropper and I got the census right here to tell me, and my great-grandfather was a sharecropper. I'll be damned for you to sit me, look in my face, and tell me that sharecropper went out in vain and that immigrants built this country, you dog bitch. I can't stand this hoe. I cannot stand Amanda Seals, bro. I never liked her. From day one, I insisted on it. I smelt it on it. It's something. I never liked this bitch. I never liked her. I never liked her. And I knew now, if I never knew before, I know why. This bitch is a devil. That's why nobody likes her stupid ass.
Never at any point has this country operated without immigrants.
That's a lie. She said never at any point. So, okay, when did the immigrants come? I'll wait. What era in the 1900s? I'm not even going to ask you about the 1800s. What is the era in the 1900s where the immigrants were building America? I will wait. Give me a decade. Give me a time period. What is the area, or what is the era of the time frame where these people was in here doing all this? This is repeated rhetoric, repeated lies. Amanda Seals is a cancer to herself. I'm pretty sure she hates herself. I would hate me if I was Amanda Seals. She's oh my God, she just annoys me.
Including the white people who came here.
The white people who came here ain't built shit. Let's really talk about it. The white people who came here got the Indians to fight against each other. And the ones that they didn't capture and put into prisons, they had them work. Prisoners of war. White folks ain't did shit. As a matter of fact, when you look at the release of slaves during slavery, they tell you how the black people became quote unquote famous and rich. Not famous, but rich. It was because all of the work. When the immigrants were coming in through Ellis Island, they came in with no language and they came in with no skill. Frederick Douglass talked about him being on the port dock working, and they were masons or something like that, and they ended up having a whole fight and a riot because the clears were mad that they will only hire the blacks. White folks ain't built shit. Recently, yeah, but not in the beginning of this. No, they came here with nothing. They had to be given land, given businesses in order to thrive. And they were only given those things so that they can govern you. All them clear people coming off that boat from Ellis Island with all that lice did not come here with culture. They did not come here with language. They didn't even come here with a name. They even took your names. That's why they come here and call themselves Kate Smith. That ain't the name your grandmama came here with. Call yourself Meichenberger, whatever the hell your last name is. Them crackers ain't come here and build shit. She's a damn lie with a stupid looking ass. I can't stand that hoe. Ooh, I can't stand Amanda. Ooh, I can't stand her.
Because they are immigrants. Even worse, they're settlers. I just find it preposterous for Black Americans to really be on some like, we don't F with immigrants. And I know that there's some who are like, well, they don't F with us, so blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I just need you to know that it's bigger than that. Like much bigger than that. And they is a strong word. It's like, yes, there are shitty people, but also like this country has never operated without immigrants. Never at any point has this country operated without immigrants, including the white people who came here, because they are immigrants. Even worse, They're settlers. I just find it preposterous.
She's just so annoying. I just hate her. I don't hate her, but I feel like I do. And that's close enough. Like, I told y'all before, she thinks she's one of the smartest people in the room, and she's dumb as a box of rocks. She dumb as a box of rocks. Amanda Seals is the girl who always thinks she's the smartest girl in the room, and she is dumb as a box of rocks. Amanda Seals put out so much bad low talking about what she just said. It is ridiculous. Most of what this girl said was untrue. Immigrants did not build America. Black Americans built America. It's researchable. You can go find that out. They didn't start pouring the clear immigrants in here until the late 1800s and early 1900s through Ellis Island. The ones that they were pouring in, they were sending most of them to the South because we were heavily populated Black, like we are still to this day. We were heavily populated. These were disease-ridden clears off a boat. Oh yes, they had to go through vaccines and all type of stuff before they get off the boat to even come in here. They gave these people land. Martin told y'all, get them on here. Let me show you what Martin did. Once they came in the late 1800s, early 1900s, let Mike tell you what they did. Look at Mike gonna tell you what they did.
They built land grant.
And before I do this, Mike is going to tell you when the white folks came in through Ellis Island through the late 1800s and early 1900s, all the way up through the mid, he's going to talk about how they stole. He's not going to say this part. The KKK ran Black people off their land. The land went back to government. The government divvied it out the way they want. The government was divvying out land taken from our people by the KKK, the quote unquote Great Migration, and they were literally giving it to clear people. This is what Mike is going to tell you. Look.
They built land grant colleges with government money to teach them how to farm. Not only that, they provided county agents to further their expertise in farming. Not only that, they provided low interest rates in order that they could mechanize their farms. Not only that, today, many of these people are receiving millions of dollars in federal subsidies not to farm, and they are the very people telling the Black man that he ought to lift himself by his own bootstraps. And this is what we are faced with, and this is the reality. Now, when we come to Washington, in this campaign, we are coming to get our check.
Now, that was Martin during his Poor People's Campaign. This is toward the end of his life when he already knew he was already almost out the paint. When he was talking about what was going on with America or with Black America, his thing was a lot of our land was taken away from us and literally given to them white folks coming in through Ellis Island. A lot of the white people you see today, their parents and grandparents came in through Ellis Island. When I tell y'all to ask a white person what part of Europe they from, they're going to be able to tell you like this, because they're going to be able to say, oh, my grandmother came in the 1930s, in the 1920s, in the 1950s. That's their grandparents. When your grandparents and my grandparents was here busting our ass, working for little to no money, their grandparents was coming off a boat, getting tested for all the diseases and all that, and they were given land. Now, the idea of giving these people this land is you need to go down and establish a government. You need to keep these niggas in line. Make a police, sheriff, court, whatever. We're going to give you the status of white, and you will have dominion over everybody we deem to be Black. That's the white people, most of the white people you see walking amongst us. So they took the land away from us in the late 1800s, or they started, because that happened all the way, still happening to this day. They took our land, gave it to the clears, but all the way, even after we had gave it to the clears, we still worked the land, we still plowed the land, we still tended to the land. What's that lady name? Oh crap! What's that lady name? Her face is in my head right now. The lady who had who bust into the presidential meeting or whatever that was, and she was still sharecropping. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Her face is in my head. But anyway, the point I'm making is we were sharecropping all the way up until then. Most of our grandparents, for instance, my grandmama wasn't sharecropping, not because she didn't. It was because she moved out of the country into the city, New Orleans. Well, my great-grandmother. It was only because she moved out of the country into the city. But I can pull up the census right now that'll show you her occupation was a sharecropper. Fannie Lou Hamer, that's the one I'm talking about. Fannie Lou. Fannie Lou, that's the one. Fannie Lou. Fannie Lou in the 60s was still fighting sharecropping. Hold on, let me go get it on here because we're going to come with the receipts today. We're going to come with the receipts today. Fannie Lou, one of her biggest things was talking about the sharecropping in the 60s. Fannie Lou Hamer. Hold on. I'm about to show you. Let me show you Fannie Lou Hamer. Part of the things that the reason why she ran up into the place was because of the conditions they were living in under the sharecropping. They were living on a plantation that her and her husband was supposed to be paying back, but the plantation owner was giving them pennies to nothing, and they were living in horrible, harsh conditions. The landowner, the man who took their land, if you ask me, basically kicked them off because they registered to vote. That was her whole thing. And this was in the 60s. Let me see.
All of this is on account of we want to register to become first-class citizens. And if the Freedom Democratic Party is not seated now, I question America. Is this America, the land of the free and the home of the brave, where we have to sleep with our telephones off of the hook because our lives be threatened daily because we want to live as decent human beings in America? Thank you.
And I've told y'all this before. The reason why our ancestors were fighting for the right to vote was not because they just wanted to get into the political party. They believed that it was a direct ticket to first-class citizenship. That's it. That's all. They wanted the right to vote so that they could become first-class citizens. It wasn't like our people just had to get into these people's politics. They used it and looked at it as a way to get back into, to become first-class citizens and be treated fairly. So when somebody like Amanda Seals come on here and say stuff like, oh, this country was built on immigrants and without immigrants, it pisses me off. Look, it's disrespectful even.
Men respected as a man, as we know, to be young men respected as a man, as we know this country was built on the black back and to the credentials is drenched with our blood.
How about the flag?
Because you see, so many of our ancestors was killed because we have never accepted slavery.
Facts.
We had to live on it, but we've never wanted it.
Facts.
So we know that this flag is drenched with our blood. So what the young people are saying now, give us a chance to be young men respected as a man, as we know this country was built on the black backs of black people across this country. And if we don't have it, you ain't gonna have it either, because we gonna tear it up. That's what they saying. And people ought to understand that. I don't see why they don't understand that. They know what they've done to us. All across this country, they know what they've done to us.
I find it highly disrespectful that Amanda Seals would say that this country is built off the back of immigrants. When the ancestor Fannie Lou Hamer said that it's built off the backs of black people, remember, she also said all over this country. She wasn't talking about the African. She wasn't even talking about the Caribbean. She was talking about the black American, the freedman, okay? The indigenous copper-colored human that was on this earth and on this landmass before that cracker come over here and did what he did. before that enemy came over here and did what he did. This is a direct disrespect to all of our ancestors, not just Fannie Lou Hamer, to my great-grandmother, your great-grandmother, and so on and so forth. It is completely disrespectful, because if you from the South, there's a high probability that your ancestors did some level of sharecropping at some point in their life. Some level of building this place we called America at some point in their lives. So to see Amanda Seales get on here with no ties, no history to this land, and say that we need to be okay with immigrants because the country was built off of immigrants, that is inherently disrespectful. Inherently disrespectful. It's almost the same as if I came to her and said, F your mama. Because, bitch, what you not going to do is disrespect my ancestors. Especially when you a visitor in my shit. My people done been through the ringer, man. We have been tricked and fooled by this enemy over and over again. And to the foreigners and the tethers with the hard ER that come over here at the last minute and want to point your finger and say this, that, and the third, you bitches gonna pay for everything you said against God's chosen people. And you got to know that. You ragged and lazy bitch, because you ain't do shit where you come from. Then you get over here and forget. That's why one thing about it, if don't nobody know this enemy, we know him better than anybody. And one thing we know is he ain't even loyal to himself. That's why when they crucify you mother pluckers, we laugh. And you wonder why we rejoice when you bitches get plucked. Because you don't understand the enemy the way that we understand them. We know he ain't even loyal to him. So he damn sure ain't going to be loyal to you. So here you come, foreigner teller with the hard ER, taking on the masses, the master. I got you, master. I'll get them Negroes for you. And when he hang you at the stake at high noon, you are your regular ass fly swatting family. Don't say a motherfucking thing when we over here laughing and kikiing, howling about the chickens coming home to roost. Cock-a-doodle-doo, motherfucker. I'm tired of y'all. We understand the enemy. And foreigners and tethers like Amanda Seales are direct threats to my ancestors. She got to go. She got to go. She got to go. The country was built off of ancestors. Bitch, where? Show me the immigrants that built the country. Show me the population of immigrants. Where did they come from? Who are these people that built this country? I need to see them. Everybody say the immigrants, but don't nobody point to a specific group of immigrants that built the country. They can't and they won't, because it's not true. It's just not true. And it's extremely disrespectful, especially to them black women in America who got up 4-5 in the morning to sharecrop for 12, 13 hours, make $1.25 a day, barely could feed their kids at home, sleeping in one bed, floors falling out. That is extremely disrespectful. And for somebody like Amanda Seales to say that makes me extremely upset. Amanda Seales is a cancer. We need to get rid of her. And I mean that as far as the culture. Not like that. Don't nobody go do nothing to that girl. But what I'm saying is we need to excommunicate her out of our culture. She is going to literally be a direct threat to what it is we are trying to accomplish. It's not about having people. It's just about having right-minded people. Amanda Seales is too far off. I don't care what part of the journey you are in this Black American journey today. Amanda Seales is too far off. Yeah, no. No, sir. Belinda, thank you for being a member for 18 months. Says, Voodoo, I love your channel. Please keep us on the right track. Love you. Love you more. Thank you, Belinda. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Mother Tree and Moon, thank you for the super chat. Says, there are other ways to ground hugging old trees. I did that the other day, 2 days. Last week, I hugged 2 trees. Now, I did it in front of my door. I ain't gonna lie. I was feeling weird. Let me say, listen, I hug trees. I do. I have been hugging trees, and I got 2 in front of my door. Now, granted, everybody be at work, so I ain't think nobody was gonna come outside and see. However, I know people got Ring cameras, and I was in front of my door hugging my tree, and I looked up And my neighbor across the street, I said, oh man, he gonna see me on here hugging the tree, but I ain't care. You know what I'm saying? I ain't care. I kept hugging it. But then after that, I was just like, yeah, I gotta find another tree. I gotta find me a tree off to the side. But either way, yes, I do hug trees. It really is a part of grounding. Laying on your back and stomach on the earth. Also swimming in natural waters. You guys, y'all take this in. Other ways of grounding. Hugging old trees, as well as laying on your back or stomach on the earth. Picnics. Remember we used to do that? Go outside and go on picnics. Y'all don't do that no more. Swimming in natural waters. Oceans. I wouldn't recommend them, but oceans, rivers, lakes. Not lakes, but oceans and rivers and things of that nature. Thank you, Mother Tree and Moon, for that. For anybody who needed other ways to ground. And Kira Bryant, thank you for being a member for 9 months. Says, hey, boo in chat, missed the morning jokes yesterday, but can you play Miss Peggy for me, please? Yesterday, the 22nd, was my birthday. Me and my kids love your girl. Absolutely, Kira. Happy birthday. And with that being said, I'm about to jump up off here. Shout out to Kira, bro. Happy birthday. Y'all, please keep the Amanda Stills as far away from us. People who listen to her, keep them as far away from us. We got to get this fight back to where we are. We got to get back to who we are. Do your grounding and do your genealogy, okay? That's the only way we're going to get back to where we need to be. With that being said, y'all, love y'all down to the ground. I'm about to jump up off of here, Miss Peggy for Kira. Kira, happy birthday. And thank you so much for all your support. Love y'all down to the ground. I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Peace.
Let's go, Miss Peggy.
Y'all make it.
Let's go, Peggy. Miss Peggy bother, Peggy bother, Peggy bother. Make that ass drop, make that ass rock. Ooh, make that ass drop, make that ass rock. Ooh, do it for a whopper, make it wobble for a whopper. Wobble for a whopper, make it wobble for a whopper. Ooh, Peggy Sue, ooh, Peggy, ooh, Peggy, ooh. Peggy about to say she about to work it like a black girl. Make that ass jump, make it rock like a black girl. Rock. You fine, Peggy. You fine, Peggy. Ooh, you fine, Peggy. Ooh, bow-legged Peggy and a booty kind of heavy. Bend it on over, girl, toot it like a levy. Bow-legged Peggy, booty kind of heavy. Bend that ass over, toot it like a levy. Lift that ass, lift that ass, lift that ass. Ooh, Peggy about to work, she about to rock, she about to move, she about to make it. Oh, Miss Peggy.
Can you hear me now? Oh, let's go. It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat.
You know what I want?
Blaze up.
Come on, blaze up.
It's the beat for me. Wah, 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 wah. For your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we love. For your boy. Also for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your, lift it up.
Mr. Carroll, how you give the voodoo doll time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk.
Who the voodoo doll is?
The nigga you just had up here.